Welcome to the Savvy Woman Show. I'm Catherine Magana, a certified financial planner professional with Savvy Woman Wealth Management, where we enlighten, educate women into being knowledgeable investors. The Savvy Woman Show is dedicated to you. We want women to learn about life, investments, so we have all different types of topics. We've interviewed many different female entrepreneurs, advocates, and we have a very special guest with us today, Riny Ledgerwood. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Riny is a certified DreamBuilder Coach, and today we're going to talk about how to get started with creating a life you love. And Riny is well known, and she's helps people achieve goals and dreams and creating the lives that they love. And so today we wanted to get to know her a little bit better. So we're going to start with some questions, and perhaps you can share with us a little bit about your background and how you got started.
Okay, thank you. Prior to becoming a life coach, I was IT director at San Diego State University for more than 30 years. While it was a great job with great pay and benefits, in the middle of my career, I felt stuck. Something was missing, and I didn't know what it was, because at that time I was a single mom raising 3 daughters. As I said before, I had great pay with great benefits, especially the health benefits for my 3 daughters. I didn't dare to think about leaving the job or anything, so I pretty much just ignored my feeling.
So it sounds like there was some little roadblocks along the way, but you were able to work through that. Is there anything in your experience that maybe you want to share with others that you took away from some of that early on, or is there anything that kind of stands out to you that perhaps got you to the next level?
Yeah, are you talking about my career at
Just
San
in
Diego's
general, yeah, just in general, yeah, like in
well,
general.
I've been actually all my life I've been dreaming and building my career. In fact, I started since I was in my 3rd grade. I was born and raised in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Okay.
And in the 3rd grade, I convinced my dad that I wanted to go to America, to go to college, to pursue my higher education, because America was the greatest country in the world.
And it still is, right?
And it
Yes.
still is. So here I am. But then I came and I was able to graduate with my bachelor's degree, get a job at San Diego State University, and then I continued with my master's degree, got married. Well, I got married prior to San Diego State and have 3 children, but since then I've just been achieving one dream after another. And I didn't realize about the dream building process then, because I think all of us, we are creating results in our lives 365 days a year. If we're not doing anything, if we're not planning, we are creating results. So, but that is results by default. So the question is, do you want to live your life by default and just allowing circumstances and your day-to-day situation to become your defining moment for your life, or do you rather plan it on purpose?
So is there a tip or anything that you wish you knew early on in your career or your life that maybe kind of stands out to you, that maybe you wish, now that you're at the next phase, like, is there anything that maybe you wish you knew earlier on?
Yeah, because I think everything starts with our thoughts. Thoughts cause feelings, feeling cause action, and action cause results. So if I knew that I could start thinking, so in other words, you really need to guard your thinking, think what you're thinking about. Because, for example, if you are empowered and you have ideas about a big dream, you're excited and you feel good, and then you take action and you create good results. But on the other hand, if you're feeling sad and depressed, then if you have negative thoughts, then you feel sad and depressed and you don't want to do anything. You're not taking action, you're not creating results. So I think it goes in circle. It starts with our thoughts. That's why it's really important to guard our thinking and to be aware, notice what we're noticing. And the fact is, all of us are much more powerful than our circumstances or our past history or any condition. You know, this is during COVID time. It's a difficult time for everybody. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Businesses are also losing. They're not making good profit, especially small businesses are hurting. So it's like, if you know that you can guard your mind, you know, you can see a circumstance or a situation, you can take that as an opportunity, or you can look at that as a setback. You know, there are a lot of businesses, for example, in San Diego, within blocks. One business would just shut down when they said that you have to shut down. But I see another business, they have this drive-through, and
they're thriving, right?
They're
Like they're-
thriving,
yeah,
and
they're doing-
then they take that. So I think that understanding how your mindset work, you can pivot and adjust your life and be flexible according to the situation.
So was there any kind of major breakthrough when you were creating the life that you love that kind of stands out to you? Was there anything that kind of you realize, okay, I'm now living the life that I love? I mean, was there a point in your life when you saw that?
Yeah, when you look at the dream building process, there are 4 domains in our area that we look at. It's our health and well-being, our love and relationship, our vocation, which is what we do with our time or career, and time and money freedom. You need to look at the overall, each one of them. And I look at all that. I look at each area, and I feel that I have been able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish in life in that sense. For example, one of the things I used to invest in real estate in the past, so I wanted to help my daughters have their own house. San Diego is very, very expensive.
Yes.
So, you know, if I said, well, I'll help you with the down payment, but you have to be able to qualify for the loan. You should be, you know, you need to be able to make the payment every month. And so this is kind of a part of a dream building idea where the 2 older daughters, they both want to live in Claremont, North Claremont. They each have has a child. The oldest has a son. He's now 3, and then the second daughter has a daughter, and she's now a year and a half, almost 2 years old. But anyway, we ended up deciding to buy a duplex.
Okay.
So now, then they qualified for the loan, and they ended up making the payment, which is less than
They're renting probably,
they're
right?
renting.
Yeah.
And then my daughter in Seattle, the same thing. She got a job after college. She got a job with Microsoft, and she was leasing an apartment for 6 months, the first 6 months in Seattle, and then the lease was almost up. So I said, what about buying a house? Well, she was young, and she was 21 at the time. This was last year, 2 years ago. She's 23 now. And there's, you know, it's like, how could I buy a house, Mom? It's like the thought didn't even come. But I work with an agent. I said, can you find a house that has like a 2-in-1 kind of thing? And she ended up finding this house. It's a split level house where it's 2,200 square feet. The top level has 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The downstairs there's 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but it's really not a downstairs because it's like on a canyon, so it has a different entrance. So she ended up buying. I helped with the down payment and the upgrade. She ended up closing the door between the upstairs and downstairs and creating a second kitchen downstairs. So she has her own house downstairs, and she rented upstairs. She rented for $2,200. Her payment is $3,000. So she's basically, the tenant is paying for her rent, practically. So I help them. That's kind of a dream building idea. So, you know, I have accomplished my dream because I went through that whole process. And
so it seems like you work with people, you know, whether they have short-term or long-term goals and ideas, and just really help them, you know, reach those goals. Is what it seems like.
Could I tell you the process of a dream building process?
Absolutely.
Well, first thing you do is, a lot of time, goals and dreams are born out of challenges, out of discontent and longing. Discontent for what you you're not happy with your current situation and longing for something that you don't have. You know, you ask yourself, are you happy with your current situation in those 4 areas that I mentioned before? Your health, your relationship, your vocation, and time and money freedom. And from your discontent and longing, you design a dream. You discover and design a dream. What would you love for your life? Ask yourself, what would you love? The first thing normally that comes to mind when you're thinking about a dream or a big idea is fear. There's no way I could buy a house. There's no way I could, whatever, fill in the blank, right? I'm too old. There's no way I could find a man of my dream. Limiting beliefs. That was the first thing that come to mind. So where the dream building process is that suspend the know-how, how you're going to get there. You just need to know the beginning and the ending. And because if you, if that is the first step. You discover, and you dream it. You write it down, and you imagine what you're feeling, how it would be as if it already happened. In fact, when we ask our clients to write down what they would love, we said, just imagine that we're going into a time machine 3 years from now, and we are now after 3 years. Pretend that here we are. So you take a piece of paper and pencil and pen and write down, I'm happy and grateful, and you write down what it is that you want and use present tense as if it's already happened. You imagine it as if it's already happened and feel it. Feel it. Who are you with? What is the scenario? And also see it, visualize it. So you visualize it, you're imagining it as if it's happening right now. You use the present tense, because what happened is when you're doing that, your brain is communicating with your subconscious mind to look for the opportunity and resources to help you get from point A to point B.
So all of a sudden you're triggering these things probably coming around in your mind, or you start seeing things a little differently, or opportunities probably start coming.
So you ask your client to write down their vision. What would they love for their life? And then once you know what it is that you want, it's just kind of a brainstorm in the beginning, but clarity is power. The more clear you are, the more vivid what it is that you want, like the more your subconscious mind will help you find the resources and opportunity to get from point A to point B. And then once you do that, then the next step is you need to decide for your dream. What I mean by deciding for your dream is you have to make commitment. Because when you start going through the dream building process, there may be things that you need to give up. For example, you have your old habits and pattern. If you're trying to reach a big dream, you may have to let go of whatever it is that you use, your old habits. Maybe you procrastinate. Maybe whatever, maybe you have friends that are not serving you anymore. So, because, and you need to get out of the comfort zone. So, and so basically you need to make the decision that you want to make the commitment to do whatever it takes to achieve your dream.
Nice.
So.
Well, it sounds like you have a process that you go through. Now, you do some individual coaching.
I do individual coaching or in group coaching, but I have a website and I also blog, and the website is www.lovingmydreamswiths.com, lovingmydreams.com, and there are resources and blogs that could help individuals.
So what are your thoughts right now with women that are kind of in the workforce or creating these dreams? Do you think it's different from when you first got started, or do you feel like there's a lot of opportunities, or kind of what are your thoughts right now for somebody that's kind of
I think there are more opportunities now than before. There are so many online resources. Google is a great place to search for anything. You just have to be able to ask the right questions that Google pretty much can help you find what it is that you want. If you're not happy with your 9 to 5 job, you want to start your own business, whatever. It's like life coaching. I had no idea there was such a thing as life coaching before. So I had to research it and find out.
So what about time management when it comes to creating the life you love? Any comments on kind of time management and how to manage your time?
Well, in my case, I'm retired.
Yeah. You have a lot more time.
I have more time. But, you know, that's one of the things. Like, for example, if you really don't want your 9-to-5 job and you're wanting to start a business, then, you know, you have to be willing to carve out some time to spend so many hours a day toward your new dream until you can transition from your old job to the new job. But there are a lot of opportunities out there. And if your dream is important to you, you'll do whatever it takes to do that.
Nice. So is there anything I didn't ask about that creating your life and living the life that you love and with your dreams? Is there anything that you'd like to share with?
Yeah, I think that normally once you have a big idea or a big dream, there's a part of you wants to go forward and say that's great, let's do it. We can do it. Yeah. I can do this. But then there's another part of you that's afraid and doubtful that this is possible. You know, you can fill in the blank. I'm too old. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the education. I don't have the skill. All of these it's a condition-based thinking that it's based on your circumstances. The dream building process is that you want to come from, that's why we have to guard our thinking, because we want to come from the idea of that the universe is abundance. In other words, it's plentiful, that the resources and opportunities are there, and that you are much more capable than you realize. You just have to be aware of this and be able to increase the energy of your thinking, because whatever you're thinking and your belief system, it has to match with your dream, because otherwise it's very hard to realize it.
Nice. So over the years, I've done a lot of financial planning with our clients, and I help people with kind of their lifestyle and whether it be financial decisions. And so we have a workshop called Savvy Woman Invest on Purpose, where we start thinking about kind of what does your future look like. But Riny, you go a lot deeper, and this is definitely something, an area I think that it gets overlooked sometimes. I think a lot of times people are so busy in their lives, but what I realized is, you know, taking a step back and really thinking about your future and what's your purpose is really important and helps you create your dreams. And then that ties into financial planning and how do you actually invest and do things to reach those goals. So I see kind of a collaboration or something, you know, I see there's a lot of synergies here that what I do and what you do, even though I'm more on the financial side of it, but you know, I do see, you know, until you figure out what's your purpose or your dream or, you know, what's, you know, the bigger picture, it does go hand in hand. So I definitely appreciate you being here with us today. And at Savvy Women Wealth Management, we provide a lot of different live workshops, videos, the Savvy Woman Show. So we have a lot of resources for you. And we want to thank Riny for being here with us today, the Certified Dream Builder Coach. She had an amazing interview and some great ideas to share with us and has been very gracious with her time. And so every show we like to end with a quote. So today we have a quote from Mark Anthony, who says, "And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears." So I see a lot of passion that you have. I know I'm passionate about helping women learn about money. So we've come to the end of the show today. Once again, I'm Catherine Magana, a certified financial planner professional, and we want to thank you for joining us on the Savvy Woman Show. And remember, for successful investing, never stop learning and savvy up.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.